marijuana and industrial hemp industries in North America. NextGen also has a mineral exploration division. The company's medical marijuana industrial hemp divisions are working towards branding NextGen as a go-to Canadian public company for legal marijuana and industrial hemp investment. Please welcome Jay Onis.
Good afternoon. My name is Jay Onis, COO of NextGen Metals. We're focused as a diverse company in the medical marijuana, industrial hemp, and alternate medicine fields. Our vision started about a year ago when we first started looking at the different sectors in the medical marijuana being driven by the legislation that came out in April of this year, and recognized that there was an opportunity there for our shareholders to have some value from a company that was originally focused in the mining industry. We've kept the mining industry and relisted on the CSE from the TSX Venture as a diversified company. This allowed us to move our initiatives forward very quickly. And in doing so, we identified a couple of different sectors that we thought we should penetrate initially, and that was first and foremost a conference division. We looked back in the early stages of the mining industry and recognized that in those early days, in the early 2000s, that there was a need for investors to have an opportunity to have an informed decision about the different companies and the different mining ventures that were there. The conference that we have is called Green Rush. We had a recent conference in Vancouver in May, this past May. It was well received. We had over 1,500 attendees. We had somewhere near 30 to 35 exhibitors. Had a full slate of speakers that were from all parts of North America. And the focus of that conference was and still is to be an informative platform for investors and for people in the financial industry to be able to make decisions about the different companies that are presently showing themselves to take a place in the industry. Our conference in Vancouver is being built on. We're going to have another conference in Toronto in June of this year. And that was our mission, is to do a very comprehensive conference similar to what you have here today, but only focused solely on the medical marijuana and on the industrial hemp. The company was consolidated when we took this venture on. As you can see, we're very tightly held. Unlike a lot of the other companies that are in the business sector, we have just over 21 million shares fully diluted. This will allow for any investment in the company to see an appreciation that would otherwise be capped with a large market. Our vision, as I was saying, is to be a leading provider of venture capital. We've looked at numerous business proposals. We get 2 to 3 a week. Our focus is on the bricks and mortars. We're in the peripheral business. We look at businesses such as fertilizer, ballast, lighting, companies that have already demonstrated that in the past they've been able to have a very good and strong business model and have revenues, and we're very selective. We've had opportunities to jump in a lot sooner than now, but we feel that in time here over the next month to 2 months we should be making our next 1 or 2 acquisitions. We're going to control, we bring to the market a very strong management. Our mining history has stood us well. We've raised well over $250 million as a group. And we bring that public company aspect to young companies who are looking for funding. We'll incubate them and take them public and have an equity position in them from the parent company, NextGen Metals. We also were one of the very first companies to do this. We, as I say, started looking at this about a year ago, and we looked initially at the licensed producers, but felt there was a lot of different questions still to be answered there. And so we stepped back from making any commitments at that time, although there was opportunities, and began to focus in on the sectors that I've mentioned. Our second business venture is setting up a separate division in the analytical laboratories. And to that end, we've had discussions with Health Canada. We feel very strongly that part of the success of this whole business sector moving forward is going to be in the regulation and certification of companies, product, and distribution. And to that end, we see a very strong need to begin to provide that kind of service, as there has been in other business such as the mining industry as well. So we have two divisions right now. We have the financial conference, and we also have the analytical laboratories. And we're going to be pursuing other ones, and I think one of the areas that is most appealing for us is the industrial hemp, as you've heard in the previous speaker and as on the panel. It's an area that is widely unused. It has such high added value, and I think that the stigma to the general public out there is not attached to the hemp area, and there's a strong business model that we can apply there. Myself, as you see there, and Harry Barr is President and CEO. Harry brings a lifetime of working in the mining industry as a financier. He's actually, his family is one of the original farmers in the Ottawa Valley, and actually was one of the original hemp farms in the Ottawa Valley, and so he brings history back to the company from that, and we've been able to identify some strategic partners that we're currently talking with right now, and believe that in the near future we'll be able to solidify a deal in the hemp sector. As we all know, the new U.S. legislation as well as the Canadian legislation is driving this industry. The U.S., although it's state approved and not federally, has broken ground and has started to really bring to the forefront the business side of that industry that's always been there for quite some time. We in Canada are federally legislated. Health Canada has passed that problem, as it were, to the private industry to work out all of the problems. There's still a lot of things that need to be discussed and also to work out. But I do see that with the popular vote now out there, somewhere above 50% favorable of legalizing medical marijuana, and probably marijuana in its entirety in the very near future. And I think companies that have sound business models right now are going to benefit quite greatly with being able to position themselves in that emerging multi-billion-dollar industry. Industrial hemp, I'm not going to stay too much on this. The gentleman next to me is one of our exhibitors. Was actually a sponsor in our last conference. He'll be with us in Toronto as well. He speaks very well on the uses and the benefits of hemp. Again, you can see the wide variety of uses there. The company was focused mainly on the food products, but industrial hemp is so wide-reaching and such a value-added crop. It's not going to be able to be held back much longer in terms of the agricultural side of the industry, and you'll see it starting to take emergence and different legislation passed to allow it to be a crop of merit. We've actually started discussions in the state of Hawaii, and we've actually had the 2 passings over there where they are pushing to have legalization of hemp cultivation, and they look at replacing a lot of the sugar cane in Hawaii with hemp. We discussed the size of the market. It's hard to really put a number on that market. There's a lot of business that is used in more than just the medical marijuana. The companies that we've looked at, their business has already flourished in the greenhouse, fertilizers, and different other aspects. And so they look at that market as being a segregated market, and as you can see, there's going to be multi-billions of dollars earned in there for those companies that are really soundly positioned with good management, and as well as a product that they will be able to brand themselves with and be regulated under the current legislation. So our investment strategy for NextGen and for investors is that we will grow in-house different companies like the conference and like the analytical laboratories and other companies that we will be merging with or acquiring. we'll be investing in select groups of companies. We're working closely and head up the marijuana index group out of the U.S. We've worked with different investor groups in the U.S., 420 Investor, many other ones, and in doing so, we're being able to have a very, very clear picture as to what investment criteria will be best served over the long term, not the short term, as you see right now, with a lot of companies that are in the peripheral, sort of like an area play, when you get companies that have actually demonstrated that they can do what they're going to do. And you have a lot of companies that are trying to build off that with no business plan and no real management. And those companies will fall by the wayside. Again, just repeating a couple of things that we have done. Our next conference in Toronto is moving very nicely. We are really focused on the investment side in Bay Street. We have sponsors in the brokerage community, legal, accounting, and they will all be participating. We have a very wide range of speaker topics there, which will allow everyone to be much more informed and help to promote the advancement of the initiative. And it's one that I think everyone who has an opportunity to walks away with a much better and clearer picture about where this industry is and where it's going. We continue to advance our understanding of that industry. We want to educate people. We think education is the key. Most people have misconceptions. They've been driven by a lot of press that focuses on only one aspect. I think after time you're going to find that with more education, more opportunities like conferences like this and our conference, that you're going to have a much more wider spread understanding and therefore a better ability for people to understand who they should invest in and to help to move this industry forward.